Let's shift our focus back to the state of Telangana. YS Sharmila, who was sitting on a dharna, has now been detained by the Telangana police. She was sitting on a dharna after she was denied permission for the padayatra by the Telangana government. Swastika with us on the broadcast. Swastika, not the first detention, not the first standoff. Swastika, if I'm audible to you, has she been detained? Tell us more about what's happening.
Yes, Anusha, YS Sharmila has been detained. She was protesting outside just under the Ambedkar Statue here at a prominent road junction in Hyderabad, in fact, and she has now been picked up by the police and taken, I believe, to a police station, and from there she's going to be dropped back to her residence. Sharmila, remember, sat on a dharna this morning over denial of permission to her padayatra in Warangal, which she wants to resume. The Warangal police has denied it, saying that last time that they gave her permission, it created a law and order situation, and in that context, they issued her a show cause notice saying, why should we give you this time? What was the kind of assurance that you're giving us? Sharmila, of course, her band of supporters have accumulated there to follow her where the police is taking her. But Sharmila is refusing to back down. She says that she's going to fast on to death, and she's also going to sit on dharna to protest against the KCR's government, to protest against what she calls the tyranny of KCR's government for not allowing her to exercise her right as a leader.
So, Swastika, if I understand correctly, Sharmila has been on a padayatra for many days and hundreds of kilometers that she's covered. Which leg of the padayatra did the government really have an objection to, and why?
Anusha, Sharmila has been on the road for 23 days. When her padayatra was traversing through Warangal, in fact, that is when at Nasampet violence broke out. She says that her entire entourage was attacked by TRS goons who allegedly not only attacked her workers but also tried to torch her vehicle, a bus in fact, where she usually used to rest in. Since then, the matter escalated. Sharmila was, remember, detained there and next day brought back to Hyderabad. In Hyderabad, she wanted to drive to the Chief Minister's office to submit a memorandum and representation over the alleged violence that took place on her. But on that way, we saw high drama escalate where her car was towed away and then taken to the police station where she was arrested and later given bail. But Sharmila since then had been asking permission to resume her padayatra. The High Court had asked her to go through the normal processes again. But the police here is denying, saying, considering the past instances, we cannot risk having you again go on a padayatra because it will create a law and order situation.
Swastika, a similar thing happened last time as well. She was detained and then eventually released. It just helps her create more headlines and the political drama, which is important for anyone who's trying to make a mark in the politics.
And another bigger headline than that is, of course, Prime Minister Narendra Modi speaking to Sharmila and also, in fact, making a point with Jagan Mohan Reddy to ensure why he didn't inquire after his sister. So, BJP clearly says there's no association with Sharmila. In fact, you spoke to Krishna Sagar Rao, who made it very clear that as an entity, she has no prominence as far as Telangana is concerned, but on humanitarian grounds, that is where the inter-exchange happened. And not just that, you had Telangana governor also express her solidarity with Sharmila and also accept a memorandum from her asking the DGP of Telangana to give a detailed report. The DGP has not submitted any report as far as Sharmila's padayatra is concerned. And Sharmila here says that she's being targeted by the TRS because KCR is rattled by her. Okay. The TRS, on the other hand, says Sharmila has no prominence and she's doing these theatrics to grab the headlines and be in the media attention.
And she's grabbing the headlines, she's getting the media attention. Let's see if she's able to make a real mark in the electoral politics of the state of Telangana. Let's move on. Now, this is the latest in the conman Sukesh Chandrasekhar money laundering case. Sources have told CNN News 18 that Sukesh aide Pinky Irani was taken to Tihar jail and asked to recreate how she used to flout rules and protocols when there were several actresses who used to be taken to meet inside the prison with Sukesh. Prison sources have confirmed that a staff from jail used to meet Pinky Irani at the entrance and escort her into an office-like setup. No IDs were checked, no entries were made either. Sukesh is accused of extorting money to the tune of about 200 crore rupees. My colleague Anvit is joining us on the broadcast, getting us more details on that important story. Anvit, tell us about the investigation pertaining to how the prison rules were flouted, what kind of access Pinky Irani really had, what has come out so far.
Yeah, see, Pinky Irani was taken on 3 days police remand when she was in judicial custody, and after that, during these 3 days of investigation, when when the probe went on, she was actually taken to Tihar jail, and it was reconstructed how she used to enter and how she used to, flout all the protocols and all the rules. Now, during these 3 days of probe, the police officials, investigators from the economic offences wing who had been probing this entire scam of 215 crore rupees, they had found that a staff from jail used to receive Pinky Irani at the entrance of the jail, and when she was also accompanied by these actresses she used to take to inside Tihar jail to meet Sukesh Chandrasekhar. She used to take these actresses inside, and how this man, Sukesh, used to send a contact who used to receive Pinky Irani and these actresses at the entrance, and no entrance or no diary entry was made, no iCards were checked, no entries were made. In fact, the Deodi area, which is the entrance to any prison, where CCTV cameras and all are installed, and a person who enters the jail undergoes strict frisking and all, nothing of that sort used to happen. And this man used to straight away escort Pinky Irani to a chamber, which Sukesh used to introduce to the guests as his temporary office. Also, because he had introduced to some as himself as a businessman, to some as a owner of Sun TV, and different profiles that he used to wear at that time when he was pulling off his entire scam. So now Pinky Irani also becomes this entire probe, because we know how she has been named in the ED charge sheet, and earlier also because she was called at the EOW office in Delhi when Jacqueline was questioned. She was also confronted with Jacqueline during the Jacqueline's questioning, when Pinky Irani had been stating in front of the police since the beginning how Jacqueline was aware of all the the criminal antecedents of Sukesh, and also that she was very well aware of that all these money that the gifts that are being given to him by Sukesh are from the proceeds of crime. So she becomes a crucial link. Also, this the statement that has been recorded over these 3 days will now be used by the police. It will become very instrumental in tightening the noose on 82 jail officials who have come under the radar for corruption in Delhi prisons.
All right. Thank you, Anvit, for getting us